Now, I mean, I think you also have to factor in it's imperative to have somebody that, I mean, consistently or above puts pressure on that elite level quarterback, because that we know that's the direction that's going, and that's how you rattle, and that's how you do some things to guys. I mean, even if it's a Drew Brees, who should be the MVP so far this year, or we saw Mahomes last night, or what can be done to golf. And, there's a reason why Aaron Donald right now probably could easily be handed the Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL, because he is one of the few, and I mean few, defensive game changers in the landscape of the NFL, Greg, right now.
And that's why I think the Colts, they did not invest heavily in free agency this past year. The way the salary cap rules are written and as much carryover cap space as they have the next year, they almost have to, by default, go after, whether it's that guy, the best cornerback in the league, wide receiver help. Yes, they will continue to address those needs in the draft, but given how they're playing, they're not going to have close to the draft pick they had at the top end of the draft this time around. And so I haven't begun to look in terms of pass rushers that are going to hit the open market. It's rare that those guys do, but clearly that will be on the wish list, the priority list of Chris Ballard once this season comes to an end.
It's tough for people to realize, Greg, too, that during this 4-game win streak, I believe 3 of those teams were top 10 ranked defenses in the NFL, correct?
Right. I mean, so we're kind of – there were some that poo-pooed the 37-5 victory over Buffalo,
right,
and thinking that team may have, rolled over a bit once they realized down 14-0, their offense had zero prayer of winning that football game. It's kind of hard to say the same things about the Titans just because of the fact how good the Titans have been defensively. Their offense has been pedestrian to average, whether it's been Blaine Gabbert or Marcus Mariota throughout the course of the year. But their defense is accustomed to that, and they have adapted to that and been very good. And the Colts embarrassed them. I mean, let's face it, it was 38 points. It would have been more that Andrew Luck had stayed in the game. There was no need for him to at that point in time. And I'm glad Jacoby Brissett got a couple of series worth of action on Sunday, but they basically put up 38 points in 3 quarters against one of the best defenses in the National Football League. So your point is well taken. The Colts maybe have played a couple of chump teams. They haven't exactly been playing chump defenses, and they've scored on all of them.
No, and then their offenses looked absolutely fantastic. Greg Rakestraw, post-game show host with Barry Krause. He's obviously in Touchdown Town on the Colts pregame huddle with us. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I want to get to some college football and some high school football in just a second as well, because the state finals in high school are coming up this weekend. But a thought on Miami. Would you rather see Tannehill or Osweiler? And while that's a loaded question and we kind of laugh, Osweiler, when he's done work in the NFL, it's been done against the Colts team. But who would you rather see?
I'd rather see Osweiler. There's a reason Tannehill's the starter. I know that Brock has made his hay in the National Football League against the Indianapolis Colts. I acknowledge that. And I realize that we're coming off Blake Bortles again, doing un-Blake Bortles-like things and playing against the Indianapolis Colts. I get it. But there's a reason Ryan Tannehill's the starter and Brock Osweiler is the backup. Give me the backup every time.
All right, let's move on to college football. You got a couple of 5-win teams, Old Oaken Bucket. Something is on the line. We asked you this on Sunday, but I do want to bring it back up. Do you call this Boilermaker football season disappointing? Because I do. Is that fair to say? Would a lot of Boilermaker fans agree with me?
It's fair, and again, I think it's marred by just 2 head-scratching, ugly performances. I mean, losing at home to Wisconsin, you'd be disappointed, but at the beginning of the season, you say, hey, you get beat by Wisconsin in triple overtime, you're probably somewhat happy with that. You can be disappointed you lost the opener to Northwestern, but Northwestern ended up winning the Big Ten West this year. The Missouri game they should not have lost because there was a call that was overturned that shouldn't have been, and that should have been a W, and it changes the discussion for this Saturday's game as it is. But the way they just no-showed Minnesota, and to be beaten by Eastern Michigan, and again, I've said it every time we've talked about that game, weather played a massive factor in that game, but you should still be more physical than a team from the MAC and be able to run the ball and beat them, and they weren't able to do that back in week number 2. So if we say this team's 7-4 going to the bucket game, we go, hey, that was another great season for Jeff Brom and company. So to me, the only way there are disappointing moments. The only way it's really a disappointing season is if they don't end up going to a bowl game, which they'd have to lose in Bloomington to do.
All right, in my opinion, It's disappointing for the Boilers. In my opinion, it's been disappointing in a lot of aspects for IU. Is this 6th win to both, is it game changers and season savers to get the nod and to become bowl eligible?
Absolutely. And honestly, the Indiana season has rarely do you, like, when you have that exercise of highlighting games, that's a win, that's a loss. Do you hit it almost on every time? But for Indiana, this is exactly how it has played out. They would have liked to have somehow claimed a Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State victory. They didn't. They would like to have been able to get a win at Minnesota, and Lord knows they had their chances and could not do it. Maybe Iowa's a little bit better than we thought they would be when they ended up playing Iowa. But at the same time, the 5 wins they have, they're 3 non-conference wins at Rutgers and home to Maryland. Those are all games you go, you have to win those games, which then leaves you with having to win the bucket game. And you've heard me say this before, especially after a year where you did not make a bowl game. Getting to a bowl game is a victory for IU. Getting 15 more practices is a victory for IU. Getting to play on a national stage is a victory for IU. So, yes, to me, whomever wins this game, you beat your rival, you go to a bowl game, it's a season-saving win.
All right, Greg Rakestraw from the Colts post-game show. He's got the IHSAA football finals we'll get to coming up this weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium. We'll talk about that in a second. Did IU and Purdue fans have a beef basketball-wise because of the whistles they collectively received on Sunday?
I honestly didn't have a chance to watch much of that game just because of being after the Colts post-game show. I clearly saw that on Twitter. I saw C. Boogie's dunk. I saw his phenomenal numbers. I know they got beat by a ranked team, but to give you an intelligent answer on the way the whistles went, I really couldn't do that.
There's a lot of I kind of see both sides of it, but they both still should have won it without it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They both still should have won the games. I mean, Davis had that put back for IU and Fayetteville. IU, by the way, later on tonight down in Bloomington. All right, what games are you doing coming up Friday and Saturday?
So I have the last 2 games each day. So I have 3A and 6A on TV, and I have 4A and 5A on radio.
All right. What's the most interesting matchup, you think, on paper going in?
The 3A game. And I think the 6A game is going to be really good, too, just because I think Warren Central is beaten up to the point where they have come back to the pack. And they have to do something which they've done before as a school. But if they win a state title, they would have beaten 5 MIC opponents to do it. Let's see. They started off with Ben Davis, then they played Lawrence Central, then they played North Central, then they played Center Grove, and now they played Carnival. And in 2013, they were able to do not the same 5 teams, but beat 5 conference foes on their way to the first 6A state championship. And the toll has been taken, even on a team that is as athletically deep as Warren Central is. You play against that level of competition, you're going to lose some key pieces. And now the question is, can David Bell play on Friday night? And they're not helped by the fact they don't get the extra day that because the IHSA alternates who plays Friday, who plays Saturday. And with the ankle injury he suffered, I'm not sure if it make a difference. I think it's 50-50, and he may not be at full strength if he does play on Friday night. They've had numerous losses along the offensive and defensive lines. And I think just playing Carmel a second time, and even that game really was a 7-point game until a couple of late turnovers blew that up to a 24-point margin for Warren in week number 8. And so 6A is going to be really good. But honestly, the game that I'm looking forward to the most is the 3A game between Memorial and West Lafayette, just because those 2 teams are both undefeated. They have both been phenomenal. Memorial, the defending state champs, their quarterback, and Michael Lindauer, is outstanding. They thumped Chittard, and I'm not sure anybody saw that coming, beating them perhaps, but they led 42-3 at one point in that game. And West Lafayette, I had them 2 weeks ago against Brebeuf. The amount of talent they have for a 3A school on both sides of the ball and not having guys play both ways is tremendous. And I tweeted this out earlier today. I'm trying to share some of the stats that catch my attention as I do game prep for the various games. George Karloftis has 50 tackles this season. I'm sorry, he has 50 tackles for a loss this season. I've never seen a number like that. 50 tackles for a loss in 14 games. This kid will go to Purdue, and I think he'll be an impact player at Purdue next year. because he's physically ready for it, and he's that athletically gifted. So I would say tune in Saturday afternoon, 3:30. I think that 3A game is going to be phenomenal.
It's Greg Rakestraw with us. I'm curious. I'm going to get to Decatur Central because we haven't given enough love to Coach Enright and that football program of the season they've had. However, New Pal, Kyle Ralph is 73-4 over a 6-year span. Is that the most impressive record we can find in the state of Indiana? 6 years plus. I mean, anywhere with that record?
If I went back to the heyday of Lafayette Central Catholic under Kevin O'Shea, they would probably be in that same boat. Penn under Chris Giesman would be around that because they have the state's longest regular season win streak. I think it's at 86 games. New Pal is at 54. So basically, they have not lost a regular season game since Kyle Ralph got there. So 73-4. They've only had one loss in 4 of his previous 5 seasons at some point in the state tournament. They won the whole thing in 2014, and they're back in the state championship for the first time in 2015. So there have been a couple, and if you go back to the 50s and 60s when teams didn't play, postseason games, Lawrenceburg had a streak of like 50-something, victories. Richmond had a run like that in the 50s and 60s. So in the more modern era, I'd point to Penn in the 90s. I'd point to CC earlier this decade, at the end of the last decade. But has anyone really done it better than Kyle Ralph has done in his time at New Pal? No, they have not.
73-4 is sick. That's just, that nothing jumps off the paper quite like that. I mean, it just doesn't. Hey, give some love to Decatur Central because this is a big time season for them, and they have absolutely flown under the radar the entire time.
They have, and their league was good, and their league helped them get to this point. So Martinsville was one team that beat them, 18-15 back in week number 4. Whiteland was good. Mooresville had a great turnaround season under Mike Dillon. And so playing that level of competition got them ready. The last 3 teams they have played, I think, are tremendous primer for New Pal because in order, they have beaten Cathedral, Bloomington South, and Bob Gaddis. And in those last 2, Bill Peebles is a fantastic coach at Cathedral. But think of the career achievements that Mo Moriarty and Bob Gaddis have, and that Kyle Enright's team and his coaching staff were able to match the other teams and their coaching staffs and get victories when Decatur Central had been past the sectional round one time in school history, and that was in 2005, back when there was no 6A. There was just 5A, and back then they ran with the buzzsaw that was the mid-2000s Warren Central Ball Club at the regional round. So the fact that those kids had not had much in the way of postseason experience and it has not daunted them against some of the great teams they have played, I think that bodes very well for their game Saturday night against New Pal. I think New Pal will be the favorite, but I think it will be a very competitive 5A state championship game.
Final thing with Greg Rakestraw. So Trace Jackson Davis and Center Grove, they begin their season later on tonight, I think, in home versus Franklin, and the great Brad Dickey as head coach. Is he the front runner for Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana?
Yes, and it's almost the race was somewhat ceded to him just because of Keon Brooks going to La Lumiere and now not being eligible for the award. Isaiah Thompson will clearly make some noise because of the amount of points he's going to score this year, and I will see him play tonight. So I have Carmel and Zionsville this evening on the ISC Sports Network with coverage beginning at about 7:30. Shameless self-promotion.
Hey, by the way, going to La Lumiere or going to prep school like that and leaving high school, Jaron Jackson did it. Paul Scruggs did it here locally, 2-3 years back. I'm assuming you get something out of it, but, man, you absolutely lose your legacy. In this state or what could have been, I'd have to look back on that, and maybe it's just my love for the state of Indiana and certainly high school basketball here, but you become, significantly irrelevant when you do that, at least to me. Am I wrong?
You're a little strong with that, but I get where you're going, and I agree with what you're saying. You get to play phenomenal competition every game out in the state of Indiana. You get to have the same experiences you're getting at a La Lumiere at the AAU level during the course of the summer. And we are so far down the road with Keon Brooks in terms of what he can be what he is as a basketball player, what he can be as a basketball player, and how well known he is from a recruitable product. I don't think this is going to help his recruitment playing at La Lumiere because, again, he's played in a 4A state championship game 2 years ago. Now,
I think people know where he is. Right. So
has the talent around him at 4A Northside probably gone down? Yeah, it has. Probably the best team they had was his sophomore year. But again, to your point, you don't get to play for the Indiana All-Star team. You don't get to have a chance for Mr. Basketball. And you may think that doesn't matter, but to a lot of us in this state, absolutely it does matter. So I've always claimed that there's no need for a player in this state to go play at a La Lumiere or any other prep school simply because the amount of notoriety you get from just playing high school basketball and the level of competition you can play and the level of coaching that you get playing high school basketball in the state, to me, it deems that unnecessary.
I just think you become irrelevant. I mean, Jaron Jackson, great. I mean, anybody remember Jaron Jackson was from this state? Played at Park Tudor. I mean, nobody. You just don't remember it. And that's the same for this Brooks kid, the same for Paul Scruggs. I mean, he could have helped carve something out at Southport, chose to, get drawn into some BS and go out to California, only to find his way back to Xavier. And to me, it makes absolutely zero sense.
I agree with your point. Maybe you worded more strongly than I do, but you typically didn't do that.
Significantly irrelevant is too strong.
I would just say that it's almost like there's an asterisk by that person's name. Yes, they're from the state of Indiana, but there's a but that is attached at the end of it. And I guess
I think you no longer are from this state in high school basketball when you do that. Right. Is that too? I mean, that's just it. You're just not.
We're in the same neighborhood. Yeah, we're arguing over semantics, but our point is one and the same.
Right. You're in here tomorrow doing a little noon action, huh?
I am the JV to your varsity tomorrow, so I'll do my best to get the crowd worked up into a frenzy for you.
Good for you. We'll be listening to you coming up this weekend, watching you coming up this weekend, because this time of year is incredibly special. Greg, thanks, man.
See you, buddy.
Greg Rakestraw right there. He's going to be in tomorrow. He's got you covered coming up this weekend, too, with the high school football finals. And speaking of which, I got 2 tickets for you right now. 2 tickets each day, right, Tony? 2 tickets each day. You got, bless you, Friday and Saturday games beginning Friday with 2A, Eastbrook and Webo. That's Friday at noon. Dwenger, Central, Carmel, Warren. That's 4A and 6A after that, respectively. And then Saturday, Pioneer, North Vermilion, Class A, West Lafayette, Evansville Memorial, 3A, and New Pal and Decatur Central in the nightcap at 5A down at Lucas Oil Stadium. Got a pair of tickets for both days. Number 7-239-1070. Quick slant on the other side, Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59. You can catch me right now on YouTube Live, our YouTube channel at 1070 The Fan on YouTube if you want to do that. Keep it locked here. Bullseye Event Group tickets for the Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. That is coming up in a couple of minutes. Somebody is going to go and hang out with us. And more for you, including this Pacer team right now. What you should like that you may not see. We'll talk about it next.
Visit Penske Chevrolet to get GM employee pricing on all 2018 models. You pay what Penske pays on Silverados, Traverse, Malibu, and more. PenskeChevyIndy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Hey, it's John for BullseyeEventGroup.com. Colts VIP tailgate. It's going to be a party coming up on Sunday. We got a late afternoon affair now, so that means the gates, the doors, if you will, open at 1 o'clock. All you can eat, all you can drink. Spectacular time. A celebrity chef Aaron May with the food preparations. Premium bottled whatever you want there too, and it is awesome. DJ Indiana Jones on the outside, Skids on the inside. We'll be doing a radio show. It makes your game day experience the best it can be. It's BullseyeEventGroup.com. The Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. You can combo up passes to the party, tickets to the game, and parking right across Capitol in the Lucas Oil Stadium lot. Log on and find out how you can put it all together and make a great Sunday for you. BullseyeEventGroup.com now.
Hi, this is Matt Taylor, radio voice of the Indianapolis Colts. We are proud to partner with the Indiana Blood Center to help raise awareness of the importance of blood donation and do our part to help boost the blood supply and give back to our community. Every 2 seconds, someone needs blood. That person could be a friend, family member, neighbor, or even you. In order to maintain a safe and healthy blood supply for patients in hospitals across the state, Indiana Blood Center needs to see 550 donors every single day. Unfortunately, when the weather gets cooler, donations usually decrease, even though the need does not. That's why the Colts are once again partnering with the Indiana Blood Center to encourage our fans to raise their sleeves and give the gift of life to those in need. I encourage you to make an appointment to donate blood at your nearest donor center or mobile blood drive. To schedule your appointment, visit versity.org/Indiana Blood. That's VERSITI.org/Indiana Blood. On behalf of the entire Indianapolis Colts organization, I thank you for saving lives in our communities.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Here are a few quick divorce tips that we provide our clients. Number one, if you must move from your home, be sure to at least inventory your important personal property. Video with narration works fine. Number two, don't be lured into a confrontation or an argument. Walk away. Don't hand your wife an opportunity for an order of protection. And number three, always take time to prepare for hearings and depositions. Insist on a prep meeting, whether your lawyer thinks you need it or not. And finally, make sure that you've secured your private records, your email accounts, etc. If in doubt, set new passwords.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122. Or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
It is a great time on your drive home to get the greatness that is Penn Station East Coast Subs. Hey, it's JMV, and the Founder's Choice for the month of November is Philly cheesesteak. It is hot. It is cheesy. It is fantastic. The most popular on the menu, can be had right now with fresh cut fries and a drink for a low Penn Station East Coast Subs price. So if you want to take a little bit of the pressure off for getting home and then fixing dinner, get a meal that everybody will enjoy. And besides the Founder's Choice, you also have a great menu item of different sandwiches. I mean, anything chicken, fantastic. Salads, but I mentioned the fresh cut fries. But for that low price, you get it. The Founder's Choice, Philly cheesesteak, fresh cut fries, and a drink. Make it easy on your way home tonight. Grab dinner at Penn Station East Coast Subs.
Everybody's excited about the Chevy Black Friday sales event.
All right, now we're talking.
Wow! And you will be too, because right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on popular 2018 and 2019 Chevy models.
Wait, what?
How is that even possible?
Like the strong, capable, and dependable 2018 Silverado.
Love trucks.
And the 2019 Equinox, the crossover that's ready for your next adventure.
It's a no-brainer.
That looks incredible.
This is so nice.
Or the 2018 Cruise, the car that connects your life.
I love it.
I could get used to this.
Visit ChevyBlackFridaySale.com for vehicle eligibility.
This is crazy.
Head in to your local dealer. The Black Friday sales event ends soon.
Whoa.
I would totally buy this.
Visit ChooseYourChevy.com. Monthly payment is $1,389 for every $1,000 you finance. Average down payment 3.7%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with leasing some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 11/30/18. See dealer for details.
Now at Metro, buy a select Samsung Galaxy or LG phone and get a second one for free on a new line. Metro by T-Mobile. Plus sales tax and activation fee requires qualifying plan. Phone free after all instant rebates. Free phone of lesser or equal value. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Chin Check Promotions returns to Tyndall Armory with Cold Knockout on Saturday, December 1st. Enjoy Fight Night with super middleweights Malcolm Jones versus Les Sherrington and more. Tickets online or at the door. Watch live on Fight TV. Details at chincheckpromotions.com or Eventbrite.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Get up to $70 in rebates when you purchase select Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey, it's JMV. This November, join FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan as we celebrate Movember with Franciscan Health. Listen on air and visit IndySportsCenter.com for tips to stay healthy.
After a disastrous start,
Jets 42, Colts 34.
The Colts have turned their season around in a big way.
And the Colts have won 4 consecutive games.
And this Sunday, they go for 5 in a row as the Miami Dolphins come to town. It all starts with the ride to kickoff with JMV at 12:30. Then the pregame at 1:30. Matt Taylor with the call at 4:20. Your home for Colts football is FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV, FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, this is called the Revivalists, Tony. What do you think, the Revivalists? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is that one of the hot bands out there right now?
First I've heard of them, which doesn't mean that they're
This
not
is supposed
awesome.
to be alternative. The Revivalists. All my friends, right now, YouTube broadcast, the 1070 The Fan page on YouTube if you want to see me pick my nose and
Yeah, you look like a big booger
forget.
already.
Made in Greene County t-shirt on, baby. That's what's happening here. Ryan Tannehill's going to get the ball as a starter for the first time in a while for the Dolphins coming up on Sunday. We'll give away some Bullseye, eventgroup.com, Colts VIP tickets coming at you in just a bit, too. The Colts a little banged up. Evan Boehm, starter center, because Ryan Kelly's going to miss some time. Jazz and Pacers from last night, I thought it was the choice performance of the year so far for the Pacers, and I found absolutely zero, and I mean nothing wrong with it, even if you might have. And I know where you're going. I don't know if it was the greatest all-time game. I know that it was a fantastic watch, and I was highly entertained by the Monday Night Football game last night. Rams and the Chiefs. Incredibly entertained. I just don't know if it was the greatest of all time. I'll let you make the call on that. Hey, here's something, and I rarely say this because I think that the St. Louis Cardinals suck really bad. I can't stand them. St. Louis Cardinals and the state of Michigan are right together in sucky. But I will give it up for the Cardinals. Have you seen they're bringing back the powder blues? They're bringing back the powder blue. I love the powder blue Cardinals uniforms, even though I hated who used to wear them. Whether it was Tom Herr or Ken Obrickfell or George Hendrick or Lonnie Smith or Terry Pendleton or Willie McGee, Jack Clark. But I love those uniforms. Tony, they're bringing them back. Slowly but surely. Everybody's finally going to agree with me and go back to some greatness.
Are they doing throwbacks again for Thanksgiving? Have we seen?
See, I like the Rams uniforms when they go old school LA Rams like that. I don't like it when they mix up, like they have the old school Ram helmet, but then they have like the St. Louis Rams uniform. It looks like, you know what? We don't feel like spending the money to change. Let's go all in here. All right. Give me the Jack Hacksaw Reynolds uniform. Give me the Nolan Cromwell uniforms.
What did you
Let
think?
me see the Vince Ferragamos out there, Tony.
What did you think of Saturday night's Pacers City uniforms?
I don't mind them. The gray. I don't mind them. A lot of people have a problem with them. I don't mind them. JMV at 1070thefan.com. Tony's got a quick slant in just a second. JMV, I don't think you can change your mind on the Houston play. If you thought it was a good call then, you have to think that it is now. It was a different team then and a different feel. Those that changed their minds are likely the fair weather fans that disease the fan base. Is this fan base diseased by fair weather fans? JMV, I think you're calling kids going to prep school around here, leaving their high school, going to prep school, significantly irrelevant is a little strong. I think they're significantly irrelevant. Nobody even knows what the hell they did. You lose your legacy. Why would you want to do that? Somebody tell me why. I mean, unless you have to go someplace because your grades just incredibly suck so bad that there's nothing else for you to do, then all right. But going just to go when you're going to get noticed and then some anyway makes absolutely zero, and I mean 0 cents from me unless somebody's giving you some cash to do it. But yes, around here, you do. Significantly irrelevant when it comes to the state of Indiana basketball. That's the bottom line. Completely, you lose your legacy. Why would you want to lose your legacy if you had one? Chris Wilkerson writes this: I like the city jerseys for the Pacers, but I was disappointed when they didn't have a court to match them like they did a few franchises did around the league. I didn't mind it. From Coons, significantly irrelevant is absolutely spot on. That's what I call it. It's from Nate Thomas. Call me a homer, but Darius Leonard has outshined Aaron Donald this year. Ooh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. And while Darius Leonard has been spectacular and come out of nowhere as a rookie to be spectacular, Aaron Donald, when he takes a step on the field, is a game changer. You have very few defensive. How many defensive game changers do we have in the NFL right now? Donald, Mack. Is J.J. Watt still a defensive game changer? Jadeveon Clowney a defensive game changer? I mean, how many are we talking about here? There just simply are not that many. I mean, hell, some people thought Jalen Ramsey was going into this year. I bet those same people don't slot Jalen Ramsey in that category any longer. Hey, Darius Leonard has been fantastic. I'm not going to call you a homer because I think Darius Leonard has been great and should be mentioned with, the great defensive performers of this season. I mean, he should get his. He should be defensive rookie of the year. But, man, you watch Aaron Donald last night, and, there are a few things holding Kansas City back and handing them that loss. He was one of them. You just don't find that too often. Von Miller. I got 3 guys, I think, right now that are defensive game changers. Aaron in Greenfield writes this. 6 was played by Jenna Von Oy. Do you believe she is a country music artist in Nashville? Jenna Von Oy? I have no idea. I'll have to look that up. Thank you, Aaron in Greenfield. Jay Ryan says, I need the powder blue Philly or the Sunset Astros jerseys. I've been crying for these for years. 4 years. Why should these Indiana basketball players play for a coach that they don't want to play for? Notice in all 3 cases you noted on the air there were coaching changes in each instance. Well, I think Paul Scruggs, I believe that, I think Kyle Simpson was there the season in which Scruggs left. So I don't think that's accurate, Andrew. I mean, listen, you can tell about grades or coaching changes. I think we all know the underlying factor, and it feels rarely it's about that. Whatever. I mean, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Maybe you don't care. There are a lot of people that don't care about their legacy in the state of Indiana on a high school level. Maybe if you don't care, don't care. I'm just telling you how I would feel. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes you may play for a coach that you may not like too well, all right? Happens. Weird. Wow, and then sometimes as a stinking adult, once you get into adulthood, sometimes you have to deal with people you don't like too well. You ought to have no idea how that feels. So what? Listen, the Brooks kid, okay. What was the other one I came up with? Oh, the Jaren Jackson. Just weigh it. Weigh your in-state significance as far as the legacy you leave. You just look at it differently than me. All right, you got Quick Slant ready over there, Tony?
It's time for the Quick Slant, getting JMV's brain fired up.
I'm already fired up right now.
Gotta go quick here, though, because...
Oh, did I wait too long?
You did. I got plenty of questions. I mean,
do you want to do it again? You want to wait and do it?
I mean, you complain about me not having enough questions every time. So here I bring you a bunch of questions, and you don't get to it until
we can do it too. Do you have a Quick Slant Part 2?
Let's do
the sequel.
We can do it over the next 2 segments. So
we can do Quick Slant the sequel.
Let's do the first 3 questions, and then we'll go.
This is a significant date for crappy sequels in our history in film.
Like what?
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh God,
On this date, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York was released, and it is along the list of some of the all-time worst sequels. Airplane 2, Caddyshack 2, its level of suck in most circles, film-wise, is unmatched. I mean, what do? You bring in that little squirt to scream, put some aftershave. He slaps some Aqua Velva on his cheeks and screams a couple more times. All right, give me your $10. All right. Are you back? That Aqua Velva burned my cheeks. Plus, he was about 21 years old when he was doing that, right? How old was Macaulay Culkin when he was playing in that sequel? 20? Right? It's like Kelly Leak playing the sixth grader. Kelly Leak was already going to bars in Bloomington by that time. Are you going to ask some questions, or are we just going to break now? We done? That.
JMV Sucks, but his concert doesn't stars Yacht Rock Review. It's Saturday, December the 1st at the Old National Center. Get your tickets now at livenation.com.
At Shane Company, my family and our team make it easy to find the perfect holiday gifts. Hi, I'm Rorden Shane.
And I'm Derek. One of our customers' favorite gifts to give and to receive is 2 pieces of jewelry that match, like a beautiful necklace and matching earrings.
This year, our Shane Company design team created matching sets inspired by our most popular styles. You'll find gifts with natural diamonds, rubies, sapphires, gemstones, and cultured pearls. Exclusive matching sets in every price range.
We've got a new modern necklace with freshwater pearls on a sterling silver chain for only $150. The matching pearl earrings are $115. We also have a marquee-shaped pendant lined with amethyst for $115 and matching earrings for $135.
Surprise her. Put 1 gift under the tree and 1 gift in her Christmas stocking.
We'll help you find the perfect gifts. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Imagine a financial advisor who's a true partner in your success. I'm Burton Street with Baird Private Wealth Management in Indianapolis. We know trust is everything, and we strive to earn it every day. We listen to understand what you want to accomplish and help you make smart financial decisions in all areas of your life. And because Baird is employee-owned, you can trust that we are a true partner with long-term interests in what's best for you.
Imagine the power of you and Baird. Visit BairdIndianapolis.com.
It's ATIPT.com, ATI Physical Therapy, locations throughout central Indiana. You don't have to live with the pain, whether we're talking about arm, elbow, hand, wrist, leg, ankle, knee, kneecap, thigh, buttocks, whatever, right? Shoulder pain. You don't necessarily have to deal with it anymore. You don't also have to have surgery. So here's what I would do. I would check out the great folks at ATI Physical Therapy, and you'll get in there within a 48-hour period and be well on your way to feeling good again, and maybe be able to get this done with having a surgical procedure. That is awesome, and that's what ATI Physical Therapy does for you. My man, the Poobah, Evan McDowell, and Brad Howell and the gang, and all the locations in central Indiana. I just had Carol actually tweet me last week saying, hey, I listen to you guys each and every Thursday, and this is why I chose ATI. You should be like Carol. You should too, because I want you to be without that pain. I don't want you to have to go through surgery. So see what physical therapy can do for you at ATI. That's ATIPT.com today.
With the help of our partners, the Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership continues to educate and prepare future home buyers and improve access to affordable lending options. Beyond that, we're innovating to connect the importance of housing to healthcare, education, transportation, and more. Together, we're able to impact not just a single household, but the many aspects that go into making our city a place we're proud to call home. We invite you to learn more at inhp.org.
Who's up for a challenge? It's JMV. My friends over at Forum Credit Union have a savings challenge that not only helps you save over $1,000 in a year, but also gives you the chance to win a matching deposit of $1,378. Start 2019 off the right way and go to forumcu.com to sign up for Forum's 52-week savings challenge today. Otherwise, slide by a branch location, talk to Trevor Green about what Forum Credit Union can do for you. Online, forumcu.com today.
Chad and Tyler Peterman.
It's that time of year when drains get clogged, but no worry. Peterman Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing will get it moving again.
Got a clogged drain in your home? Peterman will unclog that drain for just $83.
That's $83 to unclog any drain.
You don't pay a cent until the drain is clear.
And we'll keep that drain clear with a 1-year guarantee.
Call 859-4270. Call Peterman for heating, cooling, and plumbing. Peterman's the way to go.
The greatest deal for a do-it-yourselfer is Franklin Equipment's long weekend rental specials. Well, the final opportunity of the year is coming up over Thanksgiving. Pick up any available piece of equipment on Wednesday, November 21st, and return it on Monday, November 26th. That's 5 days, and you only have to pay for one. Need a stump grinder for that Christmas tree you just cut down, or an aerial lift to help you with the Christmas lights? Franklin Equipment has you covered, downtown on Kentucky Avenue or on West 96th Street on the north side. Reserve yours now at franklinequipment.com. Franklin Equipment, rep by Rely.
Chin Check Promotions returns to Tyndall Armory with Cold Knockout on Saturday, December 1st. Enjoy Fight Night with super middleweights Malcolm Jones versus Les Sherrington and more. Tickets online or at the door. Watch live on Fight TV. Details at chincheckpromotions.com or Eventbrite.
Hon, we need new tires and brakes. Go to CarX.
Tires on sale now. Continentals, Goodyears. CarX has the tires you need. And brakes are $79.99 per axle for most vehicles. Only $79.99.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Visit Penske Chevrolet to get GM employee pricing on all 2018 models. You pay what Penske pays on Silverados, Traverse, Malibu, and more. PenskeChevyIndy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
The Pacers hit the road to face the Charlotte Hornets tomorrow evening at 6:30 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV, FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, turn this up. How do you leave your kid twice? I mean, what the hell's wrong with their parents?
How do you go to the streets just whipping people's asses all the time like they do in the Warriors and get away with it?
That was a legitimate gang movie. There was a gang get-together in the Bronx, and they had to take the subway from Coney Island in Brooklyn to the Bronx. That was 1979 realism at best.
How do you keep having all these fights at this crappy bar?
Let's go to France. We'll forget our kid. Oh, wait a minute. Let's forget him again. I mean, how many times do you forget your kid? Why aren't those parents in jail? You know, John Hurd's been on this show before.
Yeah,
he's
he
no
was
longer
excellent.
with us. You know he passed away, right?
Yeah. God, I mean, come on, that's not a. That's
No,
a Star
seriously,
of Rock
Home Alone
Snyder.
2 is one of the worst sequels of all
You
time.
gotta be kidding me.
It is right there with Caddyshack 2 and
is
Airplane
not.
2.
It's better than Home Alone 1.
Well, how much better do you have to be better than Home Alone 1?
Yeah, but all these
I mean, what
dudes
do you
keep
gotta
coming
do?
into this bar and getting their asses whipped. That's realistic.
Oh, let's slap my face. Slap
Hey.
my face with aqua velva. Ooh, that burns.
Oh, there's entirely too many troublemakers around here. Check out my mullet.
Listen, if there's one thing you're not allowed to do, is to take pot shots at Roadhouse, at Dalton, and the Double Deuce.
You just took a pot shot at my Roadhouse.
No, but we're allowed to do that. We're not allowed to do. We can't take.
Because it's all.
This show doesn't
it's
take
always
pot
about
shots.
you. Yeah, we should just leave
don't
on his
tell.
own.
Don't tell me you. Are you guys bros? You guys both love Home Alone 2?
You got to be kidding me.
You guys are bros.
Oh man. Sorry, folks listening out there, that the Grinch is over here speaking in his
The
green
Grinch.
shirt.
All right. No, this is my I was made in Greene County t-shirt. My God, you can see it. YouTube, the 1070 The Fan channel on YouTube. Jump up there. Hey, you want to do some quick slant, or we just completely forgotten about it?
It's time for the Quick Slant, getting JMV's brain fired up.
Question number 1: do you want to take back what you had to say about Home Alone 2?
No, it's terrible. It sucks. It's awful.
Have you ever even seen it?
I've seen. It's terrible.
Did you ever play the video game on Super Nintendo?
Of course not.
All right, you ready?
What, does he get lost in a video game too?
All right. If Jack Doyle doesn't fumble against the Bengals, does Reich still go for it against the Texans on 4th down?
I think he does. I think he does because I think that's just going to be, at least now, that's going to be him. But yeah, I still think he does.
Phil or Tiger coming up on Friday?
Man, if you're paying for that, I think you're crazy. I would rather watch Home Alone than pay to watch Phil and Tiger. I mean, how much you got to pay for that? Why in the world
is it
would you?
$9.99?
You're gonna pay money, pay-per-view to watch two multi-millionaires play golf with really nothing on the line other than more money, and this is all couch cushion change for them. Why would you buy that? Why? Why, by God, why? I would rather watch Home Alone 2.
Do the Pacers have a battle for point guard playing time?
No, they just discovered something. We'll see further down the road if there is a battle or that comes into question. But right now, it's kind of like the Beverly Hillbillies when they discovered the bubbling crude, and now they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Does that make sense? Up from the ground comes the bubbling crude. They didn't immediately jet out to California. They had to think about it for a couple of minutes, and then they decided to go to California. So you have to think about this and see where it takes you, but you may end up like the hillbillies in California, and yes, more minutes for Aaron Holiday may be further down the road. But two games, there's still a lot of time to see.
As of today, the final wild card spot in the AFC is between the Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, and Colts. Who is your pick to secure the 6th seed in the AFC?
The Ravens.
Really? Even though Flacco didn't play and they're struggling?
I love Lamar Jackson. No, that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm going to say the Ravens right now, just because it seems like at times, and I know they haven't been the last, 3 years or so, it seems like that they have a little bit of resiliency to them. I don't know. Maybe they want their head coach out of there. If I say the Ravens, is that going to stand with Lamar Jackson?
Yep.
Well, do we have to revisit this and play it back again?
Yep. You're going with the Ravens.
I want it to be, listen, I want it to be the Colts because I want you guys to be happy, and I want our ratings to skyrocket because you guys are happy, but a lot of work to do here. All right, continue.
Favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
I love noodles. I love noodles. Who doesn't like noodles?
Just like chicken and noodles or just straight noodles?
Not big, wet manicotti noodles, but noodles. Like chicken and noodles, okay. Beef and noodles is all right. Turkey and noodles, okay.
Who is your old Oak and Bucket winner come Saturday?
Purdue's going to win on Saturday.
I would tend to agree. Which of the 6 state final games are you most intrigued by?
I'm going to say, because of what Greg brought up, that 6A game on Friday night late, because of Warren being so banged up after that game with Center Grove and getting Carmel and seeing what happens the second time around here. I'm going to say Carmel and Warren Central, but let me give a shout here. Decatur Central, I have not given you enough love during this run, during this 2018 season. I owe you a great deal of love. Decatur Central at 12-1. New Pal is fantastic, and really, this run is unprecedented. That Kyle Ralph is on for 6 years. It is amazing, but all due respect to Decatur Central for a completely under-the-radar, incredible season over on the southwest side.
Who has been the most impressive pacer?
Shout out Mars Hill.
This season for you.
What's that?
The most impressive pacer player for you this season so far.
Miles Turner. It's just a bit Domus. There's no doubt. I mean, Domus has done a little bit of everything, and Domus, you've been able to count on him and he's elevated his game. So it's a bonus, just like I told everybody when they traded for him. Because I watched him Tony? I watched him every night that he played. Where did he play in college?
He was destroying people at Gonzaga.
When he played
Portland
when
State.
He played LMU, when they played San Diego, when they played San Francisco. I told you how good he was going to be.
What matchup are you most interested in watching on Thanksgiving? You've got 3 games all within divisional play.
Well, give them to me. Do I have them in front of me?
You've got Lions-Bears, you've got Saints-Falcons, and you've got Cowboys-Redskins.
Well, the Saints and Falcons, the late game, right? The night game?
Yep.
That's going to be it because should be a lot of points going up on the board. Did you know that the brilliance, my general manager skills better than Ryan Grigson, which doesn't take much. But it doesn't take much. Seriously, did you see me pick up the Saints defense? I mean, in a pinch, right before the gun on Sunday. And they put up 15 points. They were just out there available. Unassuming Saints defense. The genius of my general managing skills.
Which quarterback was most impressive to you last night?
Man, that's a good question right there. I'll be honest with you, and this is nothing at all against Jared Goff because he's been really good. But here's what impresses me about Mahomes. Mahomes just he's throwing from 19 different angles, man. I mean, he is on the run, throwing it across his body, just a ton of different angles. Just watching his athleticism and how he gets rid of the ball from, again, all these different angles, these variety of angles. It's Mahomes for me. He's not the MVP. Drew Brees is the MVP, but man, Mahomes last night, and really every day watching him plays, you see something, you go, wow.
All right, quickly, a couple more. 36 years ago today, the band was on the field. Where were you watching?
I was at home in GC watching. And I remember that. So remember that. The band was on the field in the Stanford and Cal game.
A team or a player that you have seen play live in high school football during the state championship that you will never forget?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute.
Like
Is
might
that
have
a
been
bad answer?
Might
I
have
don't
been Ben
know.
Davis last year or Jalen Smith a few years ago.
I remember. No, I wasn't on the field for that. I can't remember who I was on the field for one year when
You have
Warren
to be
was
on the
down
field,
there.
just that you watched.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nothing
I don't know
comes
if
to
anybody
mind.
comes to mind, really. Yeah.
All right, Ryan Tannehill or Brock
Maybe Von Dunbar. That's a fair answer,
Yeah.
I think. Maybe
Yeah.
Von Dunbar.
Ryan Tannehill or Brock Osweiler give the Colts a bigger fit.
I would like to think that it's. I think that, to me, the Colts are kind of getting lucky that Tannehill's coming back because that dude's not going to be ready to do anything.
And quickly, last one
Mm-hmm.
before the break. Are you a fan of the color rush jerseys that we'll see for the Colts coming up on Sunday?
Nah, I'm fine with that. I'm not. I'm a big old school jersey guy, but I'm okay for a change. I don't mind it. You? Hey, that's a very good quick slant right there. We got to get a sponsor for it because I can't say quick slant brought to you by because it's not brought to you by anything but us right now. So if you want to sponsor it, contact us right now. We'll put your sponsorship. We will put your business on our quick slant. Chapel after 5. I've got Bullseye event group tickets. You know what? What the hell? Number 7, 239-1070 right now. You guys want to go with me and be a part of this party coming up on Sunday? 2 passes for you. Bullseye Event Group, the Colts VIP tailgate coming up at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Number 7 at 239-1070 is going to go. Back with you next.
Butler basketball single game tickets are on sale. Go to butlersports.com/buy tickets or Hinkle Ticket Office weekdays from 10 to 4. The Butler Bulldogs, your hometown team playing on a national stage.
Hey, Tom, was that a touchdown? Did he get in?
No, it was a little short of the goal line.
So, speaking of coming up short, I've been having some trouble getting a touchdown in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. I think I've got erectile dysfunction.
Don't sweat it, man. Did you know that more than half the men by the age of 50 suffer from ED? In fact, I suffered for years, and I'm not even 50.
Oh, really? But you seem to be fine with it.
Man, I wasn't at all, till I called the Indianapolis Men's Clinic and set up my confidential appointment. You know they've successfully treated 20,000 ED patients? I've been going to the Indianapolis Men's Clinic for years. Whoa, that was a nice tackle. You know, Dave, maybe it's time for you to tackle that ED.
Man, you're right. I'm going to call the Indianapolis Men's Clinic and tackle my ED.
Smart move, buddy.
Get back in the game today. Call the Indianapolis Men's Clinic at 317-999-9000. That's 999-9000 or IndyMen'sClinic.com. Your visit is only $99 and you can see results same day. Don't forget to ask about the revolutionary Pulse ED therapy. Call 999-9000.
Hey, it's John for Royal Spa. Here's what I got for you. Great deals. Bob Dapper actually has it, but he said, JMV, tell him about the scratch and dent sale that's going on right now because the holiday season is here, and maybe for the first time, you're really thinking about giving the gift to the entire family of relaxation in the world's greatest hot tub. And the scratch and dent sale does just that because you'll have a tiny blemish here or there, not going to make a difference whatsoever, but it's going to save you money on the world's greatest hot tub. So relaxation is just a visit or a phone call away right now. Just in time for the holiday season, the scratch and dent sale at Royal Spa. 3 locations to serve you. It's where they manufacture them on the south side. That's 37 in Epler, right? They don't ship them in from around the country. They make them for you on the south side. That location, US 36 in Avon, Pendleton Pike, off of Pendleton Pike on the northeast side, I should say. Pendleton Pike off of Pendleton Pike on the northeast side. And, of course, you can find them online at royalspa.com. Relaxation's a visit away. Derek, Bob, Israel, and the gang. It's Royal Spa.
Get ready for Gold Friday and add Pacers tickets to your holiday gift list. The Indiana Pacers will have great limited time deals starting Thanksgiving evening and running throughout the weekend.
For the lead. Indiana has the lead.
Ticket deals will start at just $5 for select games, with tickets available for new games each day. Learn more about our Gold Friday ticket deals now at pacers.com/gold.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Get up to $70 in rebates when you purchase select Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Reinhardt Heating and Cooling? Well, find that American Standard dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BV, W228CX, Indianapolis. Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. It's The Ride with JMV.
You two characters are going to Top Gun.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Hey, I got to give him my bad here. Hey, listen, I call myself out when I do crap. So I just actually did a read. You probably heard some dead air because I forgot to turn my mic on. That was me, right?
Well, sure as hell wasn't me.
It was absolutely me. Let me call myself out. I forgot to turn my mic on. That was all me. My bad. 1 hour heating and air conditioning. 855 1 hour. $88 a month will get you a brand new HVAC system from the professionals at 1 hour heating and air conditioning. I'm going to give it to you twice because I don't think I gave it to you the first time here. 855 1 hour. Tell them that I sent you and tell them that I'm a man of my word. When I don't do it the right way, I regroup and do it the right way. 1 hour heating and air conditioning, 855 1 hour today.
Yeah, I could tell you exactly where I was when the band was on the field, but God forbid I forget to turn on my microphone.
I just forget to hit my mic button, man. That was it. I forgot to hit my mic button.
When I had bullseye people calling in, and the lady wins and starts yelling and going crazy, so I tell her how to pick everything up, and she goes,
"Yeah,
well, hold on. They're from my husband. Talk to him." Well, you should have just handed them the phone in the first place.
JMV at 1070thefan.com is the email address. Your calls, Mike Chappell, in a couple of minutes. Tomorrow, Fansgiving is taking place, well, beginning at 10 a.m. with Big Joe. He's going to be down at Payless on the south side, down in Greenwood. But we're doing it for the Hampton family. It's Evan Williams Bourbon Fansgiving, brought to you by Budweiser. I'm going to have you, and we're taking donations all day. We're giving away stuff with our donations, so we have a lot of great prizes. You donate your money, which goes in turn to the Hampton family. And with that, you're going to get some great items that we'll go over. But I'm going to be at Brothers in Broad Ripple for this, and it's also serving as a Bud Light Blue Friday, even though it's on a Wednesday. And I'll have Dolphins Colts tickets coming up for you tomorrow, but you got to be there to win. And I also want you to be there in support of the Hampton family. This is one of the best things that we do. It's called Fansgiving. I absolutely love it. Molly came up with the idea, and it is spectacular. This time of year, thinking about others is the key here, and that's what we're doing. We have stuff to give away, stuff to you to bid on. And again, the money going to the Hampton family. Of course, Mr. Hampton, in this case, is a veteran. A lot of time spent away from home. And it's very special for us to really, really make this up big. So starting at 10 a.m. with Big Joe on the south side down in Greenwood, and then with me coming up at Brothers Bar and Grill in Broad Ripple coming up tomorrow at 3. We got a lot of stuff for you, including, again, you got to be there to win Dolphins Colts tickets courtesy of Bud Light. It's tomorrow afternoon. Brothers in Broad Ripple, that is a part of our Evan Williams Bourbon Fansgiving, brought to you by Budweiser. JMV, why don't the Colts target a trade for Jalen Ramsey? I know he's not a great locker room influence, but rumor has it Jacksonville will put him on the trade block. Do you think Ballard would be interested? Now, I will tell you this, William. Ballard is not afraid at going after the buttholish, the a-holish, those that have not always gotten along. I just don't think that this is anything that he would ever consider. In fact, I think it's the last thing that even Jacksonville would consider, especially within their own division. So I would say no. But again, Chris Ballard, he has gone after those that have been in trouble before. Look at Marcus Peters. Look at Tyreek Hill. Look at Jalen Collins here most recently. Issues? Yes. Jalen Ramsey's direction? No, because I don't think Jacksonville is going to make him available. I mean, there might be a slight bit of a fire sale going on in Jacksonville for this mammoth disappointment, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere the level in which you're going to see with the Washington Wizards of the NBA. And that's some other stuff that's going on right now. People are asking me, would you want John Wall? Would you want Brad Beal? I wouldn't want John Wall to mow my lawn. Sorry. Talented guy. Nope. And honestly, you got Brad Beal. You already got Victor Oladipo. Why do you need Brad Beal? The hell with that. No. No and no. It's a big no and a big no. And listen, I'm sorry for a team that embraces the continuity in the locker room culture, the cohesion, however you want to describe it. So you're going to add guys that have been reportedly yelling at the coach and the general manager and just acting like turds? No. No and no. I know Brad Beal's a good shooter, but no. You agree with that? JMV, longtime listener, first-time tweeter, no mention of Sheridan, 04 to 09, 67-6. Well, I apologize. I didn't have that right off the top of my head. But, give it up to Sheridan, 04 to 09, right? 67-6. I just mentioned that Kyle Ralph, over a 6-year span, going 73-4, is pretty damn incredible. Hey, quick shout-out, too, by the way, speaking of New Pal, to my man Grant Wiggin, whose dad, Doug, is awesome. Doug and Lori. And Grant's a senior, having a great senior year, and I am very proud of him and happy for his parents. That is awesome. From Shoe Guy 13, how about the quick slant sponsored by or brought to you by the Miles Turner bandwagon? I think I'd be the only one on it. I think I still am the only one on it. This is from Chris. So we have a Thanksgiving pitch every year at work, and a buddy at work is from GC2, and he brings a big bowl of noodles every year. Big bowls of noodles. That's a big deal in GC. Seriously. It doesn't matter if it's beef, if it's chicken, if it's turkey, as long as you have a big bowl of noodles. I'm down with the big bowl of noodles. Always. But I'm still looking for that turkey. I'm going to ask. I got somebody here. I think I got Keith Johnson, I think. Got to call him on the way home. Get that bad boy going. I'm last-minute turkey Johnny always before Thanksgiving.
You're last-minute everything, Johnny.
Hey, Andrew Wagner says answer the phone. He's getting upset.
I'm trying to get Chap on the line, who's now ready, so everybody just calm down.
By the way, YouTube right now, check us out. You can see my face. How do I look over there? The chiseled features coming across, Michael? Do I look stinking handsome? Oh, man. Can you believe that this face is going to be 49 coming up in less than a month? It just can't be possible. Look how good looking that is. How was it possible I was left on the wall during Girls' Choice Snowball at Western Skateland? How? Keep on Loving You's playing, and how in the world did I not get a hand to hold on to? Andy Moore, Automotive Group Hotline. From CBS 4 and Fox 59, Mike Chappell joins us. So you probably received some of these emails, maybe some of these tweets too. I think, obviously, a front runner for Defensive Rookie of the Year in Darius Leonard. But where would you slot him overall with defensive players in mind, given that Aaron Donald should already have been given the award for MVP of the defense?
Well, and Comack and J.J. Watt and yeah, I don't want to put him up in that group. Top 10 maybe. And I tell you, for all here I'm going to be Mr. Debbie Downer. On Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bradley Chubb's going to have probably 12, 13 sacks. He's going to set an NFL record probably for rookie sacks. But
now should people around here look at that as a negative too?
Oh, you mean because they could have had him here?
Because they could have had him here.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But
okay. I'm going to ask you a fair question because you brought it up. Okay, yeah. I want to ask you a fair question. Would the Colts be better off with that type of rookie production with Chubb on their team, or what we have seen from Nelson on the offensive line with the current team?
Well, what you have to keep in mind, and I wrote about this about a month ago, and I don't remember exactly what. By passing on Chubb, they traded down to do that, which gave them a couple more second-round picks, I believe.
True.
Braden Smith and Tyquan Lewis, I believe.
Right. I think you're right, too.
And a second next year. So, I tell you, I remember I was doing something, and I went back and looked at my quotes from an interview we had with Chris Ballard after the draft or after the first round, whatever it was. And either I or someone asked him, what would have happened at 6 if Chubb had been there? Because Denver took him at 5, if I'm not mistaken. He said it would have been interesting. So they would have at least certainly thought about it, and I would think as hard as it is to get a pass rusher, and again, it's funny whenever you're talking up the pass rusher, whether it's Chubb or somebody, it sounds like you're dissing Quentin Nelson, and I'm not at all. This kid may be a 10, 12-year-old or 12-year Pro Bowler and all that, and that's great. But if I can get me a pass rusher who's going to give me 10, 12, 15 sacks, I take him every day, and I try to make do or find another option, a guard. I just do, just because this game's all about it's all about having a quarterback, having a guy that can chase a quarterback, and having a guy who can protect the quarterback. Those are the 3 spots that you have to focus on. But having said that, Darius Leonard has been more than what they could have anticipated. He's doing everything. How many times, and we've talked about this, how many times you have a guy with 14 tackles in a game and you don't remember any of them? Well, this guy's making plays that you remember. Was it 5 sacks, an interception this past week when really?
So you think Chubb will win Rookie of the Year defensively over Leonard?
Oh, I think there's a chance, although I'm telling you, the fact that Leonard is out, his name's out there every week.
I think he means more to the Colts. I mean, with Chubb, that's one thing, but Chubb, you got Von Miller on the other side. I mean, there's no Von Miller on this defense.
Maybe, but again, if Chubb ends up with, again, breaks the rookie record, which I'm
and
not
those
sure
are stats right there. Those are big stats.
Those are the ones that jump out at you. And but then you're going to have Darius Leonard who's going to give you the full stat line, the 150 sacks or tackles, which will be, the most since whenever. He'll have 3 or 4 more sacks. He's going to have a couple more tackles for loss, forced fumbles. That's what this kid gives you. He gives you sideline to sideline. He gives you a full stat line. He gives you plays that you remember. And, let's say Chubb ends up with 14, 15. Well, Leonard's going to have 7 or 8, maybe 9, with all the other things that go along with it. So it just depends on what you want out of a player. He's going to give you, and this is again with missing one game, his stats. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting how they do it with the voting and what people look at. The important thing, I think, from Leonard's point of view, or from from where he's coming from, his name's been out there every week. And in all honesty, Chubb's hasn't been. At the end of it's going to be, do you look at Chubb's numbers and say, wow? Or do you just say, this Darius Leonard kid has really had a great year. He'll be probably maybe wins another Rookie of the Week type of thing or Defensive Player of the Week type of thing. So, again, if I can get me a guy who can get me a dozen sacks, going back to the Quentin Nelson thing, I do that. But to think you get Darius Leonard in the second round with other things, plus Quentin Nelson, that's tough to argue with.
So Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59, he's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. And I think we saw this last night, and this is kind of a microcosm of where we are and where we're going in the NFL with offense. I think that you are at such a premium for defensive game changers. There are so few right now. If you think you have one, that's going to give you an upper hand. Like Aaron Donald, just as much as the offenses were great, Aaron Donald had a great deal with the outcome of that win. I mean, even with the high-scoring offenses, and you just don't see that. It's so few and far between with those defensive game changers in the NFL.
And that's why I say you go back to the Freeney Mathis years. Exaggerating obviously, but maybe Freeney makes 3 plays in the game, or Mathis makes 3 plays in the game, and they win you the game. And we talked about this when they drafted Quentin Nelson. Maybe he grades out 100% every game, and he's just on top of everything, along with being on top of defensive linemen. But those game changers, Donald and Khalil Mack. The greatest quote all season is going to be John Gruden trading Khalil Mack and says, well, those guys are hard to find. When people were talking about the Raiders' lack of a pass rush, when you get that guy, you just do whatever it takes to keep him. And that's why it was so squirrely that they get rid of a guy who was clearly top 1, top 2 pass rushers in the league. I saw a sign or a note that, maybe, and again, it was a columnist out in Denver just kind of throwing spitballs. And, should the Broncos trade Von Miller? Because maybe what they get from him, they can, help other areas. I'm thinking, yeah, trade him here. Send him over here. So I just think that's to me the biggest missing piece in the offseason is find a pass rusher and then find a receiver. Those two things. But you put a pass rusher on this team, a legitimate 12, 13 sack guy, all of a sudden Teray's better. Jamal Sherrick can be really what he is and not one of your leading sack guys. Darius Leonard's better. Everybody's better. The young guys inside, Twycon Lewis, that guy just changes everything. You game plan for those guys. Who do offenses game plan for now besides Darius Leonard?
Well, how many defensive game changers are there at that level in the NFL? Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, and listen, it's not like he's kind of off the radar.
Watt and Clowney.
See, I don't even know. Is J.J. Watt and Clowney? Maybe Watt is still there. I don't know if Clowney is. Is Myles Garrett one?
All I can remember in the Houston game was J.J. or Clowney spending half the game in the Colts backfield. I think those two guys. And can they keep one of those guys' contracts? Got to be coming up. Whether it's it's got to be Clowney. How do they keep those guys? I don't know how you do it. So I would put Clowney and Watt there, maybe a notch below Donald and Mack, which is still a pretty high level. But that's your point. Can you name 5 or 6 guys that just change teams? And there aren't that many. And when you get Free, when you get Mathis, you ride those guys as long as you can, because I can think of 10, 12 games, game in Cleveland where they're getting nothing done, and there's a sack and a strip and a touchdown. And Freeney did that down in Miami one game against Greasy. So it's just you need those 3 or 4 plays. You grind it out, and it's a 60-play game and all that stuff, but it's 4 or 5 plays that these guys – as crazy as that game was last night, was 105 points, whatever it was. Weren't there like 4 defensive touchdowns? And so you need guys who – I'll blow the guy's name, but number 50 for the Rams. They were those idiots in the booth last night. We're talking about Marcus Peters making that big interception. Well, number 50 forced it because he hit Mahomes' arm. Those are the plays that make a difference. We've seen it with a couple of turnovers late from the Colts defense. You just need more of those because offenses are so good. Now, the thing last night was crazy. That was like arena football, the Indiana Firebird stuff. But if you can have, even in those games, it turned on making a play by the defense to force the interception. So if you can get those guys, and the Colts don't have nearly enough, they just don't. They've got one. So they got one playmaker. And to get those guys, we always talked in the Manning years, you don't need a top 10 defense with this offense. Get a defense in 15, 16, make some stops. They've been really good about creating turnovers. They had a turnover in every game, which is that turns games around. So, but yeah, if you can get one of those guys, as rare as they are, boy, get them. And unlike the Raiders, you hang on to them.
Is this Andrew Luck's best season as a quarterback?
Yeah, it is. And it's not just this 4-game stretch that's off the charts. I just think he's making the right decisions. Of course, he's trusting his offensive line, which who could blame him for not doing that in the past? I think all things considered, his completion percentage is up. Again, the sacks allow you just to play your position without anticipating hits. He's on pace for 46 or 47 touchdowns, and it's been nothing. I hate to use the word special. I'm not describing it right, but they're simply running their offense. There's no reason that this shouldn't continue because of what they're doing. So yeah, I think it is, and I bet if you press Luck on it behind closed doors, he'll tell you he's not all the way back from the shoulder situation. I bet he doesn't have all the velocity on his fastball yet. But as far as making decisions,
he threw one. He threw one on Sunday that was a seed. I can tell you that.
Oh, I know.
Sure.
I agree. But I just think there's more. There's more to come. But and that's why it's, you know, if he's not the comeback player of the year, then why not? I mean, you're talking J.J. Watt, you're talking Rogers, you're talking Adrian Peterson, but this guy missed an entire season. And if this team somehow finds its way into the playoffs, and it's possible, how is he not top 5 for MVP? He just would need to be, and he probably won't be. But I think this is as well as he's played, even pre-surgery. So I think what they've got going here with pieces in place offensively. Look, you hate to bash the roster, but this receiver group, it needs to get better. It will get better. But what he's done with 12 receivers with touchdowns, T.Y. has had some quiet games because people take him away. It's just been very impressive, and I hope it continues because he's been through a lot, and I'd like to see Luck really have that kind of a year where it's 4,000 yards plus and the 40-some touchdowns, and very impressive.
I don't know what Tom House did, but I remember when Drew Brees this summer told me what Tom House did for him in improving his accuracy. And that's the thing that stands out to me. And you're right, maturity, decision-making, but it's the accuracy where nearly every throw is absolutely on a dime for him, no matter where we're talking about on the field. So that's why I kind of want to talk to Tom House, and I don't know if I'd ever get that opportunity to see how that went down.
I got him on the phone once. I think he surprisingly answered the phone. This is during Luck being out there, and he said, I shouldn't be talking to you. It's kind of client,
right?
A privileged thing, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I'm sure. I mean, Luck told us during training camp that he has changed subtly some things with his delivery and motion and footwork and all that. But he also told us that the untrained eye, you're not going to see it. But I think he's, like he said, he was in a bad spot, a bad place this time last year. But he said, I'm in a very good place now. And it's just kind of fun to see someone with that talent and that work ethic and all he's been through really realizing the good things at the end of it. And it's really been enjoyable to watch him play.
Mike Chappell, CBS 4, Fox 59. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. All right, hey, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you up in the press box on Sunday for a late afternoon affair against the Dolphins.
4:25 or whatever, we'll be there.
I'm glad it's not Osweiler. I'm glad it's Tannehill, to be honest with you. I've seen Osweiler do some things before against the Colts.
Yeah, they'll knock Tannehill on his ass, and then they'll bring Osweiler out there, and then he'll do some magic, which we've seen.
Osweiler magic. Thanks, Mike. Have a great Thanksgiving.
See ya.
Mike Chappell, CBS 4, Fox 59. We'll take a quick break, come back. We got time for phone calls here. We're live right now on YouTube. The 1070 The Fan channel on YouTube. And, of course, right here, you got the app. You got us on AM. You have us on FM. And it's a great time to discuss a lot of things. We can get back to the Colts. Is this Andrew Luck's greatest season? Coming off a season in which he did not play a year ago. And Aaron Holiday, Pacer fans. Have the Pacers ever had – I know, again, 2 games is not enough. But in these 2 games, it appears – that the Pacers have something in a small, quick, athletic guard that we haven't seen here. Agree or disagree? Some more clock time is necessary. How much we see is going to be interesting. But have we seen that type of player? It is clearly something that this team does not have, and it's necessary to have. But again, the sample size is 2 games, which isn't enough, but you like what you've seen in the past 2. 239-1070. Both of those topics on the other side, and your chance to win one more time and how we can all be winners on Fansgiving tomorrow. Brothers in Broad Ripple. I'll explain next.
Visit Penske Chevrolet to get GM employee pricing on all 2018 models. You pay what Penske pays on Silverados, Traverse, Malibu, and more. PenskeChevyIndy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Hey, it's BullseyeEventGroup.com. Colts VIP Tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. All you can eat, All you can drink. Celebrity Chef Aaron May. We've got music going on. DJs, Indiana Jones. DJs, DJ Skids. It is awesome, and you can put this all together, too. Combo it with tickets to the game and parking passes, and there's your game day experience. The best it can be with my friends Kyle and Jim and Larry with BullseyeEventGroup.com. Log on right now and have a great Sunday with BullseyeEventGroup.com.
When my hair's too long, I'm not on my game. But after a haircut at Great Clips, I'm a new man. My voice sounds like this when I barbecue raw meat. At the gym, my abdominals abdominate. I can do that Elvis thing with my lower lip. And allergies, they become allergic to me.
Get back to greatness. With Clip Notes, get the cut you want every time, anywhere. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Hey, it's John for Penn Station East Coast Subs. The month of November has been spectacular. Here's one way you can tell. Thing has absolutely flown by, hasn't it? And you know what? For the month of November, the special has been this on the menu. The Founder's Choice. And the founder says, hey, how about the most popular sandwich on the menu? And that is Philly cheesesteak. Grilled fresh to your order. You will absolutely love the melty, warm goodness of a Philly cheesesteak. You get that. You get fresh cut fries. You get a drink, and that is a meal. And I talk about it all the time. Nobody wants to get home and have to slave over a stove and get dinner ready. Make it hassle-free on your way home, and make it the Founder's Choice. That's Philly cheesesteak, fresh cut fries, and a drink. And keep in mind, after every Colts game on Monday, great specials at your local Penn Station East Coast Subs. The menu is fantastic. The food is great. That should be your choice today. It's Penn Station East Coast Subs.
Hey, this is Jeff Saturday for More Restoration, and you've heard me talk about More Restoration for years. I've used More Restoration 3 times on my home. I care about my family, and More made me feel confident in using them. Speaking of confident, they have a new service. It's a hospital-quality disinfectant that is safe for your home, and it's endorsed by the EPA. Within a few hours, More Restoration can disinfect your entire home. Best of all, nothing needs moved, and it's safe for all your belongings. This service makes it safe to come home. Call More Restoration Disaster Cleanup and tell them Jeff Saturday sent you.
Divorce is a serious thing. To the extent that you can save your marriage, you should. No one knows that better than the attorneys at Cordell & Cordell.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
As many of you know, we represent men in domestic relations cases, and most of our clients are captive to a process they didn't choose. If they could have, they would have saved their marriage, but their wives told them they want out. Suddenly at issue are the assets they've been a lifetime accumulating. What's more important, their role in their children's lives. If you're confronted with a marriage you can't save, we hope that you'll consider Cordell & Cordell.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122 or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Hey, got to thank my friends at Budweiser. Bud Light. Blue Friday is normally on a Friday, hence Blue Friday. But tomorrow's going to be Blue Wednesday because of the Thanksgiving holiday. We've got tickets to give away coming up tomorrow. Brothers Bar and Grill in Broad Ripple for you as a part of our Fansgiving. I love Jim Jr., the gang at Zinc Distributing here, and certainly our friends at Budweiser and Bud Light for what they do each and every week, and as well for them helping us out. We love doing our Fansgiving program, and that's what we're doing again tomorrow. So we're going to wrap this up with your chance to win tickets to the Dolphins-Colts game as well, and to be just a great person and to give to the Hampton family in our Fansgiving. That's coming up tomorrow beginning at 3 with me in Broad Ripple. It's a Bud Light Blue Friday and more on a very special day tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Budweiser.
Butler basketball single game tickets are on sale. Go to butlersports.com/buy tickets or Hinkle Ticket Office weekdays from 10 to 4. The Butler Bulldogs, your hometown team playing on a national stage.
This is Rob Evans of INHP. Our home repair programs help longtime Indianapolis residents afford to fix their homes so they can live in the neighborhoods they love. Learn more at inhp.org.
Third down. Grossman up top again. Touchdown. Tom Hayes his second touchdown catch of the night. And for Grossman, that's 5 touchdown passes. Rex Grossman is so accurate that if his receiver just gets a step or two on the defensive back, Grossman can deliver it on the spot in a hurry, and the defensive back has no chance.
Well, what Vince Welch is trying to say there is that Rex Grossman, as he should have, had a great eye. Anybody from Monroe County right there? A great eye as a quarterback. That's Rex Grossman of Bloomington South, 98, 5A state championship game. Panthers beat Homestead 35-14. Bloomington South lost the state the year prior. The great Vince Welch on the call right there, 17-27, 216, 5 scores. Of course, Rex goes on to play for the Gators, 2001 Sugar Bowl, 02 Orange Bowl, 03 Outback Bowl, Heisman runner-up in 01, drafted in the first round of the 03 NFL draft by the Bears, played for the Bears, and of course Super Bowl 41 he lost playing for the Bears as a starter to your Colts. It's your chance to see some future stars like Rex in person for a whole lot less money than what you'll pay to watch them in college or professionally. It's coming up this weekend, the IHSAA Football State Finals, Friday and Saturday. Tickets are $15 and available on game days at Lucas Oil Stadium box office. You can get up to 3 games each day for that $15 price. Log on for more information, ihsaa.org today.
The Grady and Big Joe Show.
Stephen Holder joining us right now. I don't know if I'm happy or disappointed that Andrew Luck didn't catch that 3rd and goal touchdown, because I don't even want to fathom the level of ignorance and the celebration Eric Ebron would have had if he'd have thrown that touchdown pass, Stephen.
Man, Eric Ebron would have did his post-game interview butt naked, man.
The Grady and Big Joe Show. 10 till noon weekdays on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. It's The Ride with JMV.
Can I sleep in your room? I don't want to sleep on the hide bed with Fuller. If he has something to drink, he'll wet the bed.
On 93.5 FM and 1070 The Fan.
It was an old one, so I said 93, but I had to play it. I had to play it. It was an old one.
Turn this up. This is a little holiday song for us right here. I got 2 songs in my head that have holiday in it. One would be Madonna's Holiday, Tony, and this one would be a band called One Hit Wonder Wise. Turn this up for me. The Other Ones. The Other Ones. This song is called The Holiday, which leads us to Aaron Holiday. Deserving of more minutes, and would you agree with me that if he can maintain near the level we have seen, close to the level that we have seen, that he adds something that this Pacer team certainly does not have right now that maybe we haven't seen?
Well, he's got hella confidence, my man.
Yes.
He's like you out there.
Well, he does, doesn't he? He just goes.
Fire it. Fire that pigskin.
He is little, quick, athletic, no fear.
And the guy I wanted the Pacers to draft. So let's go.
Something they don't have right now, something that I don't think they've ever had, to be honest. JMV. It's from Gary Thompson. Check that, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Gary Thompson. It won't matter since the Colts are going to win out. So stop talking about. Gary wants me to stop talking about the decision. Hey, what if I do want to talk about it, Gary? You tell me what you're going to do about it. Jack squat is what you're doing about it, Gary. Gary, you're doing nothing about it. If I want to talk about it again tomorrow, Gary, I'll talk about it again tomorrow. I probably won't, but if I wanted to, I would. You tell me, Gary, what you're going to do about it.
Show up here, I dare ya. I'll fight you.
Gary, honestly, Gary, I probably will. I probably will talk about it again, but that's the whole key here. The level of relevance, of interest, and where they are, you hope that we're talking about it again, because that means it's meaningful. That equates to meaningful games. There's a reason why we're talking about it. We're not talking about it because it was just some damn game in September. You know what I mean, Gary? So that means it's going to mean something, Gar. Come on, Gar. Gar was who in what movie, Tony? Have you learned anything being a part of this show over the years? Gar was who in what movie?
Oh, no.
Gar was Sam Elliott in Mask. He was diddling around with Cher. You didn't know Gar?
Don't care.
I don't know if Gar was short for Gary.
Don't care.
But I hope that it was. Gar.
The Mask?
Yet another movie. No, not The Mask. That's a Jim Carrey. That sucks. We're talking Mask here. Rocky Dennis. Cinematic greatness.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I have
Gar.
seen that.
Gar. They sat around and drank beer, did some drugs, rode around in a motorcycle gang. Rocky did his homework, and they listened to some old school.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Kevin at 239-1070. Hello, Kevin.
Hey, JV. Love to listen on the drive home.
I love that you listen on the drive home. Thank you. I think you make 3. Thank you very much.
You were talking about the Pacers game last night, and I had to agree that it was probably their best performance that we've seen. But you were a little easy on them, letting them off the hook when you asked if there was anything that they weren't doing. And I'm still worried about free throw shooting because that's going to come back to bite them, particularly as we move it towards the end of the season and get into close games that they've got to win for playoff position.
Can I give you a quick JMV guarantee, Kevin, before you hang up? Can I give you one? There's no way they're going to shoot free throws like that. That is something that they can control. There might be some aspects. They may never be the three-point shooting team or the high-volume scoring team that's going to be necessary here, but hitting free throws is something that they can control and they will control. Don't worry about it.
Well, it wasn't just last night. I mean, we're
I know, but it's something that is fixable. I don't know if volume scoring at the level in which is going to be necessary, and certainly three-point shooting at that level is something that they're going to be able to do. But free throw shooting and change and knocking those down as they haven't so far is something that will change. They can control that, and they will.
If they'd hit the 70% from the line last night, they'd have been perfect. But talk about Aaron Holiday for just another sec. I'll tell you, he changed the dynamic on Ricky Rubio when he was in the game too. So they didn't have their starters in the fourth, but it was a welcome addition to see his energy on the floor.
Yeah, I would agree. Kevin, thank you for the call. Call again. I just look at it like this. He has a dynamic that they don't have. And really the Pacers have never had. I'm not going overboard with it. I'm trying not to, at least, because it's 2 games. 2 games. But you could see it in those 2 games. Hopefully it's lasting. Clapper writes this: Dozer could clean a room when needed. He's a quiet badass. He was, man, because he didn't talk. Dozer. He's no longer with us either. I love Mask. Big Braille writes this: I always thought we needed a guard that could score in the backup position over Joseph. I think we may have found that. Now, hold on a second. Nobody's going over Joseph because Corey Joseph is defense that Holiday can't offer. See, what I'm trying to say is you have a mixture of guys here. You have a mixture of guys in Collison and in Joseph and hopefully in Holiday that makes them very interchangeable considering the situations. It's so much like you think about Sabonis and Turner. What some of you don't understand is what you're getting with both as opposed to, trade him, he's not worth $70 million and all your bull crap. And then you go with your hands up wondering who's going to protect the rim. I mean, you guys have noticed that, right? I mean, the one thing you do notice when Miles, I'm sure you're going to say, well, everybody scores and the team's better. But when Miles is out of the game, I mean, it is unchallenged to the rim for a team. Watch. Unchallenged to the rim. I'm just saying you have a combination of Holiday, young, athletic, quick, Corey Joseph, savvy, older, veteran, defensive guy, Collison, savvy, veteran, offensive guy. I mean, you kind of got the workings of a nice combination here. What was that?
Eric yelling in the hallway. Let's go!
That's great. Hey, by the way, YouTube, 1070 The Fan right now. We're on YouTube if you want to watch. A lot of screaming going on down the hallway here, man. But there must not be anybody working tomorrow. That's why everybody's screaming right now. Hey, Shane, talk some Pacers with me at 239-1070. What's up?
How's it going?
Great. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make this quick. Look, when we got in Holiday, of course, he's not your starter today or tomorrow. What he is He's not young from the last couple of years where, you just didn't get anything out of him. So.
Oh, you're talking Leaf. He's not Leaf? You're saying he's not Leaf?
No. I'm talking about the.
Joe Young. He's not Joe Young. I would
actually see he's going somewhere.
Shane, I'm going to give him a little more credit than just simply not being Joe Young. So I am. So I think he's better than that.
Serious though. I mean, what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. We got the piece.
Yeah, I just like you kind of have a vision. And you hope that this vision is reality, that you have three different guards that play that position that give you a different asset. And really that final piece is if Holiday does is, again, the youth, the athleticism, and the quickness that the other two don't. The scoring ability that the other two – I mean, I know that Darren can score, but he's not going to get his own, and you wonder if Aaron Holiday is going to still continue even once they make adjustments on him to get his own. It just seems like a combination that you hope can help this team out at that position, one that we didn't think we had in this team when the season started for the Pacers. Agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Shane, you call anytime, my man. I appreciate that. Matt Galt writes this. Hey, JMV, the Mark James era starts at Perry tonight. I think I'm going to roll down there and check out some of the cowboy boots. I still find it hard to believe that Mark James is at Perry Meridian. The one thing is going to happen is that Mark James is going to coach the bejesus out of guys. Was that game at Southport tonight? Perry and Southport? I think I'm going to go by there. I think my wife is going to go by there, so I'm going to support my wife and go by there too. I'm going to talk to some folks about some things, about some hoopage, right? So if anybody's going to Southport tonight, I'll see you over there in a little bit. I'm going to go. But no, I agree. I mean, the Mark James, and I know Southport's got a new dude too. The guy that coached Anderson, I think, up in South Bend, right? Demezy Anderson of IU. I can't remember his name, which is really good. Good sports talk show host. Yeah, I can't remember his name. But Mark James is going to do some nice things at Perry. I mean, he's just a really good coach. I got to find out when the Mark Barnheiser era officially starts. His first game as head coach at Lafayette. Jeff, hey, if you guys are up in Lafayette, watch what Jeff does this year with the two Barnheisers and the head coach, Mark Barnheiser. Watch what they do. And then thank me later for having you watch what they do. Tony, do I need a break here? We'll come back. Steven on the other side here, too. Rakestraw, Quick Slap, Mike Chappell, podcast 1070thefan.com. Brothers Bar and Grill, tomorrow you guys can all join me for a Fansgiving. I'd love to have you. We will be giving away Colts-Dolphins tickets, courtesy of Bud Light. Also celebrating Fansgiving with donating to the Hampton family with your help. Evan Williams Bourbon, Fansgiving, brought to you by Budweiser tomorrow. That's at Brothers Bar and Grill in Broad Ripple. For more info online, 1070thefan.com. We'll close it out with a variety of conversations and on YouTube Live at 1070 on the 1070 page right now, too. Back with you next.
Looking for the latest updates about the Indianapolis Colts? Well, Kevin's got you covered. Check out Kevin's Corner online at 1070thefan.com for the latest Colts news, brought to you by Great Clips.
If you love football, yelling at television screens with friends, and wearing clothing with someone else's name on it, there's a seat waiting for you at Buffalo Wild Wings, where you can enjoy football food and football beverages on our new $5 game day menu. Cheeseburger and fries, brats, cocktails, and pitchers of beer are just $5 each. Escape to football and the new $5 game day menu at Buffalo Wild Wings. Price and participation vary by location, not valid with any other offer. Please drink responsibly.
ATI Physical Therapy is there for when you're injured, in pain, or recovering from surgery. They're there to help you get back to your best with expert hands-on therapy customized for you. They'll schedule your first appointment in 24 to 48 hours, plus they have early and late hours to meet your needs. With 58 Indiana locations, visit ATIPT.com or call 855-MY-ATI-PT to find an ATI near you. Returning to better health is a big deal, so look no further. ATI Physical Therapy, here for you.
BullseyeEventGroup.com, Colts VIP Tailgate. Put it all with the passes to the great tailgate, the Colts VIP Tailgate presented by Haynes & Sons Restoration. Hey, put that with parking, put that with tickets to the game, and there's your game day experience. Week 12 is going to be fantastic, too. The Colts try to up that win streak to 5 consecutive. They get Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphins, and you could be at the game. You could certainly celebrate with me in the pregame tailgate and then have parking right inside the Lucas Oil Stadium lot across Capitol from the Bullseye Event Center. All you have to do is contact BullseyeEventGroup.com and set that all up. I'm telling you, Kyle and Larry and Jim and the gang are fantastic. You'll love this party. All you can eat, all you can drink. DJ Indiana Jones, DJ Skids. Get your Sunday game day off to a great time. Doors open at 1. Be there with us coming up on Sunday and get your tickets right now. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Dan Doggett for Family Leisure. The Factory Direct pool table sale is going on right now. Factory Direct pricing on all the best brands. Save 20, 30, even 50%. Slate pool tables starting at $12.99 installed with hundreds of in-stock pool tables to choose from. Buy it today, enjoy it tomorrow. Huge savings on wall racks, pub tables, bars and bar stools, and other game room items as well. Don't miss out. Factory Direct pool table sale going on now at Family Leisure.
All right, take my word for this. JMV for Connecticut water. There is no better. There is no greater water. And I don't have dogs, and I know that normally in the television commercials, Tucker Barnhart of the Reds has a dog. Kristen Airy, Pacers voice, has a dog. I don't have a dog. I have kids. Now, I can send my kids to the dog dish as well and enjoy the great Connecticut water, but I choose to let them drink from the tap. In this case, the tap is the in-home drinking water station, which, friends, from Connecticut is an absolute game changer. You'll love it. A Premier Series water softener this time of year. Deals are fantastic. Joe, John, and Dennis are ready to deal with you. That's how you get the best water in your home with Connecticut today. 2 locations to serve you, northeast side Castleton, south side US 31 and Southport Road. And for my friends at Connecticut, get that great water now online, ConnecticutIndy.com.
Imagine a financial firm that looks out for advisors who keep their clients first. I'm Burton Street with Baird Private Wealth Management. When you're employee-owned, you can run your business the right way by hiring the best advisors, giving them all the support and resources they need, and trusting them to serve their clients the way they know best. That's the way Baird has done it since 1919.
Imagine the power of you and Baird. Visit BairdIndianapolis.com.
John from Penn Station, East Coast Subs, I got you covered. Going home tonight. Seriously, what a great deal and a hassle-free dinner time with you with the absolute best. The favorite on the menu at Penn Station is, just so happens to be the November month special. It's the Founder's Choice Philly cheesesteak. You get that, fresh-cut fries, and a drink. It is the melty greatness of the Philly cheesesteak, and always the fresh-cut fries and a drink for the entire family that you will love. On your way home, check it out. That or anything else on the menu, Penn Station East Coast Subs, put it in your face.
I've been working for a while, and I've hit a ceiling. Can't earn much more. Can't afford training for better jobs. At the same time, the kids are getting bigger, and it's getting tougher to make ends meet. I'm really hoping this isn't as good as it gets.
It can get better. With Indiana's Next Level Jobs program, you can get the free job training you need to take your life to the next level. Learn more at nextleveljobs.org.
Get ready for Gold Friday and add Pacers tickets to your holiday gift list. The Indiana Pacers will have great limited time deals starting Thanksgiving evening and running throughout the weekend.
Oladipo for the lead. Indiana has the lead.
Ticket deals will start at just $5 for select games, with tickets available for new games each day. Learn more about our Gold Friday ticket deals now at pacers.com/gold.
Hey, it's John. Forum Credit Union brings me to you because we're all trying to figure out how to save money at this time, right? Always. And Forum Credit Union with Trevor Green and his folks and their genius ideas come up with that every single day. New and genius and original ideas like the Sprout account or the Common Sense program that's going to save you money for your kids in college down the road or save you money for your family right now. As much as we're all using our card this time of year, hey, get that card from Forum Credit Union and save money in their Common Sense account. What a great time of year to do it. Talk to Trevor Green and somebody on his staff. Just slide by a branch location today or find out more online. They're the best. forumcu.com today.
Hey, it's JMV. This November, join FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan as we celebrate Movember with Franciscan Health. Listen on air and visit IndySportsCenter.com for tips to stay healthy.
Oh, Royal Spa.
Come to Downtown Indy Inc.'s Circle of Lights, presented by IBEW Local 481 on November 23rd on Monument Circle. Go to downtownindy.org/holidays to learn more. Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Get up to $70 in rebates when you purchase select Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The Ride with JMV.
Thank you.